Hi everyone, and welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And this is me, Oberon, with my show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. So it's a weekly show about our emotional relationships with people, possibly love relationships, or things of that sort. And to get it started, we're going to do a brief meditation from the Universal Love Oracle. So welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to TFT Tarot for Today. If this is your first time, hope you come back. We have other shows, so stay tuned to the end. We run some programming. So as I said, it's the Universal Love Oracle. And I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle the cards briefly and then just kind of take one randomly. And they're always read upright. And it's transience. It's transience. Let's show that closer. It is possible to transcend any current difficulty by simply shifting your awareness. Shift your focus. The realm of universal love will help you rise above any current obstacle. See your life from a higher perspective. Your problems will be washed away as you rise above them. Sit quietly and meditate. Imagine streams of crystal light flowing down from the heavens, bathing every part of you. Visualize light pouring into the energy centers in your body. Allow this light to permeate your heart and mind. Observe. As you connect with the infinite power you hold within you, you will find that your earthly concerns will fade away. And once again, that's from the Universal Love Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. I'm not sure if it's still in print, but Etsy or eBay might be helpful. So let's get on to the regular reading then. And I'm using the Modern Love Tarot by Ethany, and it has artwork by Lucy Morningstar. And I understand that Ethany has a number of decks. I'm not really sure if Ethany is an actual person or if it's a name for a company or a creative team of some sort. But I love using this deck. I've been using it for a couple of years now, and hope it holds up forever. It's very beautiful, very modern love. Nice, thick booklet. So let's remove that oracle card. So as I said, we start, we're doing all the signs, well, maybe I didn't say it. We're doing all the signs of the zodiac, going all the way around from Aries to Pisces. And for each sign, I draw two cards. And the first card is the emotional challenge or opportunity that's coming. And these are week by week. So this is for the week of November 29th to December 4th or 5th. I'm not sure. I'll find out and I'll put it in the notes. But that's the first card, which I draw from the top of the deck. The bottom of the deck, I draw a card that I say with the action required for this. All right, so we're going to start again with Aries, as I said. So top of the card, what is the challenge or opportunity? And it's the Seven of Pentacles upright. And so the Seven of Pentacles says that there's a challenge here because you may have reached just sort of a plateau in a relationship. Most likely it's talking about a romantic relationship of some sort. So you may have reached a plateau, and you may be using this as a time for consideration of all things around you and within this relationship or this set of circumstances. But there's a hint, or more than a hint here, that maybe there is some action required. And so what is that action required is from the bottom of the deck. It's the Ace of Wands, but it's reversed. Now, I could say at this point that the Ace of Wands could be saying that this thing is not going to grow. I mean, or there's going to be a lot of bumpiness and delays with it of some sort. And it could be saying, too, that the action required is to really get rid of the things that don't grow, or don't focus on the things that don't grow, or to be aware that things aren't growing, and therefore maybe that is the plan or the consideration. So that's an Aries thing for sure, because Aries are usually pretty definitive about what they want and how they're going to get it. But that one, it sort of looks like it's a low challenge, like I said. Okay, so now we will move on to Taurus. Sun, Moon, and Rising. That's right. All these card drawings, these readings are for the Sun, Moon, or Rising of the sign that I'm doing. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, what is the challenge or opportunity that's coming to you? It's a challenge, all right. It's the Ten of Pentacles. And, well, maybe you needed this card yesterday at Thanksgiving. Ha, ha, ha. But it's the Ten of Pentacles reversed. And there is a challenge, maybe indicating that it's going to be hard with some people. There's maybe a perception that there's a fracturing or a fissuring of a family or a set of relationships. It could be a community. It could be your co-workers. But Taurus, it kind of feels like it's probably people closer to you, friends or family, more than anything. And you may really be hard-pressed to find a way to keep it together there, but you must try. So the action required would be the Six of Wands, and it's upright. And the Six of Wands says that you have to accept the challenge, and you have to realize that even if you have to make adaptations to the process, you can still be the victor, even if you feel that in certain ways you have limitations or handicaps in this situation, this relationship, or trying to get this family coalesced. You have to work with what you have, and you have to put your all into it. Taurus, don't be lazy. I know that sounded a little nasty, didn't it? Let's move on to Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. All right, what is the challenge or opportunity for the Geminis? Ow! It's the Five of Swords, and it's reversed. This is utter horribleness. The challenge really is to somehow avert or get away from a really bad fight or argument, something really stressing and strifeful in a relationship. It could be, of course, the results of post-Thanksgiving. Maybe some things have been fractured. And maybe as a Gemini, maybe you were too much about your own sense of reasoning and logic here, you know, that intellectual qualities that some of you have. And somebody is really very, very angry. There's just a lot of anger and vitriol and stuff here. And this is a nasty card for anybody. But for you, Gemini, for sure, it's a challenge that you have to figure out. And what is that energy or action that's required? And it's the reversed Three of Cups. There's going to be a big breakup, and you may have to just, you know, Gemini, decide where that line really is drawn, and you will be probably making it. And this may be one of those things. And of course, a lot of times everything seems to be because there's too much Mercury retrograde happening, or the political worldview is really very nasty and divisive, and this is all true right now. And I don't know if what the first card is about pertains to that, but I'd say just be careful, Geminis, and work carefully, and realize that sometimes some relationships just have to go away sometimes, or be put on ice, or considered that they're not really forever. I'm no therapist, of course. None of us here are. So let's move on to Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And boy, so far it just doesn't seem to be a really good week emotionally. But you know, it's only been a couple days since Mercury turned retrograde. I'm just saying. Challenge or opportunity. Okay, not bad. It's strength, upright. You have an opportunity to really show, Cancer, the strength of your heart, what you can really do when you put your full emotional presence and power on what it is you want, really, what you want to manifest, emotionally speaking. What is the action required then at this time? And it's kind of funny, but it's the reversed Eight of Pentacles. And the action required might be to learn something new, to learn something different. That maybe whatever you're trying to apply your emotional strength and compassion to may involve really changing some perceptions and learning something really new about yourself, or about how your emotions work with certain people, or who it is you really want to love, Cancer. That was pretty deep, I think. So let's move on to Leo then. Sun, Moon, or Rising. And once again, I'm using the Modern Love Tarot, which is being a little difficult to shuffle today for some apparent reason. I know, let's just blame everything on Mercury retrograde, right? Why not? So, Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, what's the challenge or opportunity? It's a challenge. There's a big possibility that your relationship needs some TLC, or that a relationship you thought was starting is sort of falling by the wayside and having a sense of stagnation. And that's not good, of course. So Leos, you maybe have to really work on what is going on around there, and that could be represented by the action required from the bottom. And bravo, it's the Hierophant. You have to be like Cleopatra. And, in saying it, I'm saying like maybe if this is a situation where I'm almost getting the feeling it involves more than just two people, this may be not like it's a group relationship, but maybe it's a group friendship. Maybe it's more about friendships, Leo, and maybe this is saying your role, your action needs to be more about trying to tread the straight and narrow and be the reasonable person in the situation. Even if it isn't a larger friendship, it may be a situation where this role is required of you, Leo. So that's what I have for that. And now we will move on to Virgo. Sun, Moon, or Rising. So Virgo, what is the challenge or opportunity? And you have the Star reversed. And the challenge is to try to reinvigorate a sense of hope for yourself in relationships, Virgo. This may be a time where maybe you feel like either the relationships you are in or the relationship scene in general for you, if you're trying to be in a relationship, is just dismal feelings and maybe unhappiness. And this isn't every Virgo is in a bad relationship, but some of us may be feeling like we just don't see a future. That's the best way to look at the Star reversed. And so this could be talking about the greater idea of our emotionality in general, that, maybe we feel our life in general is more stifling now and that we don't feel a range of being able to be loved or be loving in various contexts. So what is the action required then? And it's a repeat card, as my wife would say. It's the reversed Two of Pentacles. The action required is maybe to realize that there could be relationships or situations that are causing you bad feelings that you don't trust certain people or situations, or you don't feel you really harmonize or resonate to them anymore. And this may be saying the action required is it's time to let those relationships go tenderly, but maybe just start moving away from them, Virgo. All right, so now we will move on to Libra, the second half of the zodiac. And Libra, air sign, but this is for Sun, Moon, or Rising Libra. I don't remember where, but I believe I have a planet located in Libra's area. I'll have to report back. All right, Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the opportunity or challenge? I kind of had a feeling about this. You have the Two of Cups, only your Two of Cups is upright. And so you have an opportunity, maybe, Libra, maybe you've been hanging around Virgo, I don't know, to pick up on a new relationship. I don't know. No, this is just really not really like you're not macking on Virgo's ex, but maybe Libra, this is saying this is a perfect time for you to find trust and harmony in friendships that you already have, or friendships that you're growing, or relationships the same, or even within yourself, like coming to terms with a sort of sense of harmony and trusting yourself to do what's right. But what is the opportunity that gets you really to that point, if it's a relationship or if it's just broadening your emotional comforts in some ways? And it is the Three of Pentacles upright. So I think this is saying is go with the flow, but go with the plan in a way. The plan may be saying here that sometimes you have to understand how things work in terms of emotions to move yourself along those paths. And so maybe this is saying really you need to explore methods in a way. I mean, everybody knows how to be in love, I suppose, or maybe they don't. But I think this is saying maybe this is more about a new approach where maybe you decide to pursue the relationship in a more logical and maybe more grounded, I'm fumbling for a word here, directed, I guess, a directed way. So Libra, you're sort of like not wanting to fool around. You just sort of want to get right to the point. And that's okay too. All right, so now we'll move on to Scorpio. Sun, Moon, or Rising. My kind of sign, because of course I am Scorpio. And we just moved out of Scorpio season. We're now in Sagittarius season, if that means anything to you. But Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, what's going on? What are your emotional challenges or opportunities? Well, maybe it's okay. It's the Two of Swords reversed. And this is saying maybe there's something that can be mended in terms of a relationship or a resonance that's going on. Or maybe there's really a sense of really feeling like there's a freedom for you to move in between relationships. It's not talking about being divorced or anything, but maybe there's an idea here about, the swords are knowledge and learning and things like that, communication to some degree. The Two of Swords reversed does sort of have you moving in a new direction, maybe cautiously even. I'm tempted to think that this is about a relationship, but it could just be about a way of looking at relationships or about your emotionality in general, Scorpio. And of course, that would be Scorpionic. It would. So what is the action required in Scorpio? And it's the Four of Wands reversed. And maybe it's saying, get out of the house. You don't need to hang around the house. The house is beautiful, but sometimes you can kind of, get out of your comfort zone. I mean, maybe that's what the Four of Wands reverse is saying. It's like, you don't have to be totally comfortable to kind of do this thing with the Two of Swords here, trying to maybe find a new path for yourself or explore a new sense of your emotional possibilities. I'll leave it at that, Scorpio. So we'll now move on to the Sagittarians. Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the opportunity or challenge? Sagittarians, it's the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is tailor-made for you guys. The King of Wands maybe suggests there's something happening that will really be able to bring out all of your charisma and positive confidence and bravery, forging ahead in a relationship. It's not necessarily a love relationship. It might be just something about a sense of dynamics and maybe power even. There's something here about like maybe you're becoming the leader of a group of friends for a particular effort of some sort. I don't know, that doesn't necessarily sound like a Sagittarius thing, but maybe it is. But maybe this is just about you finding how to really be the best you. That's your challenge, is just being this ultimate, Sag dude, woman or male. Now, tell me, woman or man, what is the action required? It's the Two of Wands. That's upright. So the action required, Sagittarius, is to realize that you really have a lot behind you. You have a good foundation, and you really can move yourself forward in a new direction, or just move yourself forward charismatically, bravely towards a new, conquest of some sort, if that's what this is about. I mean, it could be emotionally that, there's something really challenging for you that you want to take, but I don't know if this is necessarily that. This might be more about social relationships in general, neighborhoods, temples, co-workers. So I'll leave it at that, Sagittarius, and we'll move on to the Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the opportunity or challenge for Capricorn? Reverse Knight of Swords. You might have to figure out how to slow down in a relationship, or in a pursuit of a relationship, or in furthering the relationship. And even if you're already married or in a relationship, there may be a reason for you to kind of slow down with something. So it might be anything in any relationship now that could include, making a move of some sort, or considering children or more children, building onto a home, making a major change in your lifestyle, your job, your finances. This is saying maybe if that opportunity says slow down there, or it's a challenge to not want to be pulled along into something that really might end up, crashing you, Capricorn. So watch out. What is the action required? And it's another knight, but it's upright. It's the Knight of Cups. And I think, Capricorns, you might have to apply more of your emotionality here. You might need to move forward to this with an idea that you really want to love it on more levels, unconditionally. This isn't necessarily romantic either. This may be saying that really the way to conquering this, or to taming it, metering it out, is really investigating all the emotional parts of it, in a way that really this is about taking your time, I guess, and enjoying it. I'm looking for a word, I'm not finding it. The essential pleasure. Look for the central pleasure of what the situation is, rather than maybe just trying to own it somehow. That's the best I got, Capricorn. That was a little weird. My first one, and I didn't feel totally confident on it. Sorry about that. So let's move on to Aquarius. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Aquarius, what is the opportunity or challenge? Sometimes I wonder about these cards. You have the Knight of Cups. And so the Knight of Cups, I know I'm tempted to wonder what's at the bottom there. The Knight of Cups is saying that Aquarians, you can really move forward towards something that expresses where you really feel emotionally. I mean, the picture is sort of like, ambiguous in a way, but this is saying for you, Aquarius, that you could have that too, that you don't have to be precise about what you want, that maybe you can just sort of explore, that this is a time really to move towards just the idea of having warmth, not necessarily romantic love, but having a warm kind of friendship kind of love. Platonic love is maybe what this is talking about. So what is the action required then? And it's the Knight of Pentacles. So it's another knight, another reverse knight. Dang. So the action required is to slow down. The action required is that maybe this, and this would have worked in the other reading too for Capricorn, but there's really like a sense of, well, maybe it's saying don't go too slow too. I mean, maybe it's saying you need a Goldilocks moment here, because I know sometimes when I'm reading this particular, action required, I mean, it could be saying the opposite message. Don't go too slow. But maybe you have to go a little slower. You have to really feel the situation out. And that sounds like the central feeling of the night. I'm done with that. Let's move on to Pisces then. Maybe I had too much turkey. I don't know. My senses have been dulled. All right, here we go for Pisces. Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is the opportunity or challenge? And we have Temperance upright. There's an opportunity to really feel balanced in your romantic life or in your friendship life. There's an opportunity to really feel like everything has its place and you sort of have control over that. And this is really talking more about your side of it, that maybe you're feeling there are opportunities now, besides challenges, to spread some of this around. The idea of temperance, I think, is sort of universal in a way, and you may find that, the peace you're able to find within yourself, you're also able to share that with others, Pisces. But what is that action that you require then? And it's the reversed Two of Pentacles. And I guess it's true. It's like what you have to maybe be willing to let others have some of that too. There sort of is a balance issue in a way. We could say that maybe, you have to just really sort of let caution to the wind or some expression like that, where you just sort of let the chips fall where they may, Pisces. It may be that in order to find that sense of balance and peace and maybe share it with others, that you have to be willing to let things go the way that they may go, and that you can't necessarily have control when you're talking about something like temperance. It either exists, you find it, but you can't necessarily impose it. I wonder if that makes sense. So that was the emotional exchanges for this week, and there were some mysterious things going on there. I'm going to be like Banshee, or like I was last week, and just blame it on Mercury retrograde. So until next time, just another reminder, we are not in tomorrow for happy hour. We're participating in a psychic fair, Small Business Saturday, It's over on the other side of the state. Arts and Craft Metaphysical Magic Shop. So if you're able to, you could check that out. It's in Hartford, Michigan. But we will be back on Sunday with our live stream in the afternoon from 2 to 4 p.m. And Banshee and me will be in the chat room earlier when her Material Matters premieres at 10 a.m. And these times are Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see you next week with the emotional exchanges. Bye for now.